I don't feel great today again, but I'm not as bad as yesterday. Early on in the day when I felt horrible. It was weird yesterday. It was like I felt so awful during most of the day, and then around 5, I think I took a ibuprofen, and I started to feel amazing. I don't know if it was just because the ibuprofen, but I didn't feel like amazing, but it was like I didn't feel as crap as I did before. But today I feel kind of crap too. But I'm pushing myself to complete this presentation today. That's my goal, is to have it basically a final rough draft by today, and then tomorrow I can do my practice with it, practice presenting it by myself, and then hopefully be ready for the next day, Thursday, which I'm gonna have to present in front of the class. And I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm especially not looking forward to it if I don't feel well. Like, if I feel kind of like crap, then it's gonna be hell. But I'm starting to wonder if I should, like, alter my mind state with some drugs or not. I basically have the options available to me of four, about 5 different drugs that all have differing effects on my mental and physical state. There's nicotine, which I use almost every day. That was probably gonna stay. There's Adderall XR, which I take on most days, which, I don't know, it makes me feel like kind of like this right now. Like, I don't know if it's a good feeling or a bad feeling. It's definitely not a great feeling. I don't feel amazing, which is kind of bizarre to me because I thought the Adderall would really help, but it didn't. I don't know, it's weird. And then the other one I have is, if I don't take Adderall, then I have 2 different options, or 3. I could take nothing. I could take caffeine, or I could take a microdose of magic mushrooms. That's the riskiest one, but it definitely, like, sometimes helps me with my emotion, puts me in a good mood, allows me to be talkative, allows me to be kind of like think outside my regular box on just a microdose, not anything higher. Like a very small amount, kind of like almost makes it the day become good, puts me in a good day, but not always. And also, it might make me kind of like weird. I don't know. Actually, not sure. So I'm thinking I might just take Adderall in the morning as per usual, and then hopefully if I'm practiced enough, just have, you know, like a decent presentation, probably get like a B on it or something, hopefully get a B. That's what I'm shooting for, is just a B. An A would be nice, but I don't know if I can manage that. Who knows? I'm probably gonna have it structured similar to how I see the example one. Not as good as the example one, because that one seems to be pretty good, but also so far to the other people's in classes, I'll try and structure it like that too. I think there was 2 only so far we saw. Oh no, there was 3. But it would just be the format of having like a background slide, sort of an introduction slash background slide, or first having like a content slide. I do want to have like a content slide, sort of plan for the presentation slide, and then have a background slide where I can define what I'm looking at, which is going to be political choices and personality traits. And then have, gosh, I'm so tired, so weak, so like, I don't know what to call this emotion. I don't feel great. Oh, there was one other drug I wanted to mention. That was the L-tyrosine from the Gorilla Mind. There's some other stuff in there too, but which I'm on that one right now, and it kind of, what it does is sort of like makes you have like a little bit of a lifted mood because of the L-tyrosine is a precursor to dopamine. So you get a little bit of a lifted mood. But back to my presentation, I want to have like a content slide, a background slide, I feel so dopey. I feel like Napoleon Dynamite. The way he's always like, just kind of like sitting there with his mouth open. I want to have background slide. Oh yeah, and then 3 studies. And then maybe like after that, I'll add my study as a potential explanation. I don't know if it's much of an explanation, but additional correlational findings in the realm of semantic associations. Because I found like in that study that Republican and Democrat senators have differing semantic associations with their word choices. Using some computer modeling, found out that certain words are further from other words in their minds, in their semantic space. Sort of like if everyone's mind had a word map of when you hear a word, where the words pop up and how close are they to that word you just heard. Republicans and Democrats have different distances between words, or even words altogether that are associated. So if I say a single word like wall, Republicans would be more likely to say the word border. Or if I said the word border, Republicans more likely to say the word wall, Democrats more likely to say the word reform. So, and it's kind of interesting because it applies to every word in any domain, not just politics. So like for at the doctor's office, if I say the word gurney, sorry, if I was talking about a hospital setting, if I say the word gurney, the closest related words would be something like doctor. But if I say the word doctor, gurney is not anywhere near that. It's in there, but it's very far. If I say the word doctor, closest related word more likely to be appointment. So you can see that in our mental representations of concepts, they vary based on many things. Obviously, it seems obvious. Maybe it's not so obvious. But an expert in a field, you would assume if you gave them a word in that field, they would have many more different associations of different strengths with words in that field than if you gave that same word to a layman. Maybe they wouldn't even know all the other words. Likely they wouldn't, right? But it's just a bit of a side tangent. So I'll put my results near the end and just sort of talk about how I found, like, for conservatives, religion and school were closely related, whereas for liberals it wasn't. Religion was nowhere near school, so. Yeah, I kind of feel like shit. Gosh. I was trying to think earlier about, like, I don't even know. Just thinking about social anxiety again. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe the pandemic made it worse for me. But I think I was getting worse anyway. Like, so more socially anxious. I used to put myself out there, but I would always struggle. Like, I signed up for a couple things independently of anything just as an adult, just to get more out there. I went to Toastmasters and I went to an improv class. And I felt like I performed poorly at both. And then I didn't connect with the people there easily at all. Like, I didn't make any friends. It was actually kind of awkward. I struggled. I don't know. I kind of like moments like that and things thinking about that just makes me think that I hate my life. So dramatic, but yeah. I just feel like crap. And I don't know why I can't, like, connect to people easily and stuff. I was thinking yesterday that my parents are failures. And I really do think they are. From my perspective. Depending on who you ask me, they're amazing. I really hate people that don't understand the full story. Just want to, like, blanket everything with a broad stroke and be like, oh, well, it could have been way worse, or oh, blah, 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 blah. Your parents did this, they did this, blah, blah, blah. They weren't great parents. My parents sucked. They weren't there for me, like, almost at all. I remember feeling scared a lot of the time when I was younger. I remember feeling angry, confused. I just remember feeling, like, checked out too, like, to protect myself or something. And always having to, like, look for a fix to something, feeling anxious, and feeling like I needed to put on a brave face or something. I just remember, like, a lot of yelling, a lot of fucked up situations when I was way too young for them. Just a lot of yelling when I was really young. And then people, like, coming to check on me, and I hated that. I hated it so much, so I would just, like, be really anxious and not know why. And have to, like, say what I thought the other person wanted to hear or something, because I couldn't deal with people trying to, like, make me feel better. And now, as an adult, I just feel so fucked up. And it's like, why was my family so fucked up? Why was my... She's still fucked up. My mom is still fucked up. And I just don't even want to talk to her. Like, it's so confusing. Because, like, that's my mother. Supposed to be there. Supposed to be supportive. Supposed to know what to do. Supposed to guide me. And then there's my father. Similar. He wasn't even there. He used to beat up my mom. And then we moved away. and I didn't see him for a long time. And I remember being hungry a lot, and I remember being embarrassed and afraid. I was so afraid that other people would see how embarrassing my life was, my family life, my home life. And it was just so like traumatizing. I feel traumatized. I hate it. I hate having to even say that I'm traumatized, that I have experienced trauma. I experienced neglect. I experienced bullying in my own home from my sister. I experienced I don't even know, going hungry. I experienced just all these crappy things. It makes me a victim. Makes me feel like a victim. But I was so young, like I was just a kid. And I just remember being so bored all the time because there was nothing to do ever. There was like a screen, that was it. There was a computer screen we used to fight over. There was TV we used to just sit in front of forever. There was we had a lot of animals growing up, which was good. I really like animals now, but no, I can't have them in this fucking house that I'm in right now because my fucking stupid roommates are allergic. My roommates piss me off because they act like kids. They don't know how to act like fucking adult grown-ups, and they're like mid-20s. One roommate thinks he has autism. He's so quiet and retarded. He's not retarded, but he's just fucking quiet and socially inept, and like acts like a little kid. You have to guide around, and like I had to like create a goddamn cleaning schedule with them, but they follow it anyway. But I just hate feeling like I have to be a parent. I'm not a fucking parent to them. I might be a parent. I don't know. I still don't know if that girl is lying or not. Sometimes I feel like she's not lying and that I do have a child. And yesterday I was thinking about like what would my life be like if I just like supported her and went through with the whole accidental pregnancy thing. I don't know if she actually got the abortion or not. She said she didn't, but she wouldn't show me any proof. And she blocked me. I was retarded. Fucking stupid. So stupid. And if she's now the mother of a kid, it's my kid, I have no relation to except for just biological. Like, that's so dumb. How can people be so dumb? Irresponsible. Now that kid is gonna have like issues growing up too, because where's her dad? If she's real, I don't know. Oh man, life is so fucking complicated. I feel like I have no one to talk to about it. No one. I feel like I have no one to talk to. My friendships and relationships are not close on any level. Even my family relationships are not close. There's all these like walls and mazes that I have set up inside me to try and protect myself. And it's just so difficult. Because I can't just feel alone all the time. This is one of the only ways that I can feel like I'm like connecting, or at least expressing some of the things that are bothering me. Just talking about it randomly to a camera that no one will ever see. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier. That I need to like that my condition is so strange that I need to set up a situation where I can just express myself with nobody hearing me at all. Like nobody. And that's where I feel most comfortable and safe. Because I don't want anyone to hear me. I think. I do, but I'm afraid of it, which is not great. Hasn't been working so far. Feels really crappy. But yeah, I hate feeling like I'm quiet, but I am quiet. I don't mind being quiet, I just hate like people looking at me funny and being like, oh, you're so quiet. I don't know why I'm so quiet. I just am. I just have like a quiet voice and no power to it. So when I like hear that, I feel like I need to force, be louder, smile, laugh a lot. I hate that. Makes me think of my anxious friend who does that. Well, I know a lot of people who do that. Put on a mask or whatever. This is kind of my favorite way of procrastinating. Is just talking to the camera, blah blah blah. I wonder if I should make a pizza. I'm starting to get a little hungry. I had a pizza 2 days in a row on the weekend, and I don't know if it contributed to me feeling like garbage, but maybe it did because of the trans fats or the saturated fat. And like I saw a YouTube video talking about how saturated fat is correlated with depression or something. Makes it worse. So maybe I'll just make some chicken, broccoli, and rice. That could be good right now. Chicken, broccoli, and rice. Ugh, friend texted me. I hate having mental issues. So tough. So tough. So tough. There's like all these different things. Like when you don't express it, when you don't have anyone to talk to, it's just like you're like locked in your head a lot. You just end up like ruminating, and like hating yourself and hating thinking and second guessing. And like getting help for it or like finding someone to talk to is so difficult too. Especially when you're in like, not trying to make myself sound like so unique or anything, but when you have a situation like mine where I just get angry and irritated when I talk to people because it feels like they don't listen, or like they do listen, but then they just want to like give me an advice, give me an answer. Like they're trying to like shield themselves from my negative emotions. And all I need to do is just like let them out or something. Like feel some love. I don't feel any love. I was telling a therapist who I didn't like that I don't even know what it's like. I don't even know like a lot of these positive emotions. Like I don't even know how to access them, what they're like. Like my day to day has been for months and years so on the low end, like anxious and stuff, and just struggling, that I really do have trouble just having a good day. I really do. I have trouble just having a good day where I'm not depressed, where I'm not anxious, where I'm relaxed, where I'm having fun, where I'm excited. I have not been excited to like go to sleep and wake up for the next day in so long. That's like one of the things that depression feels like, is when you want to sleep just to get away. You don't want to sleep to rest, to wake up and live. You want to sleep just to escape. And I felt that a lot. Or I just want to go to bed and sleep for a long, long time. And like I said before, when I sleep a lot, I don't even feel super rested when I wake up most of the time. I don't feel like I'm just like energized and ready for a full day. I feel like I want to sleep more, but I can't. And then I get up and I'm like, oh, I have to do stuff. And I drag myself around and I look around and my room is such a mess and my life is such a mess. And I just like basically end up falling back into the rut of looking for distractions. And it sucks, man. It sucks. I feel pain in my stomach right now. Just like sore. I don't know why. And this morning I kind of had that thing. I don't have as much of a headache today, thank goodness. But this morning I had that kind of that thing of immediately once I wake up and my consciousness sort of comes back and I realize that I'm awake and back in reality. My brain used to really flood itself with like stress, cortisol, stress hormones, and you can like really feel it when you wake up and you transition from sleep to waking and you just feel like stress comes back to you. That's what I felt like a little bit today, not as bad as I used to. Oh yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of downs and not too many ups for me lately, mentally, emotionally. My penis not working is like a really stressful thing. I feel like I totally damaged my whole reproductive system, reward system through too much like fapping in life. I did way too much of it. Way too much of it as like an anxious habit. Like one of those distraction things I was talking about. Because it's like a thing that I can control. When I feel really anxious and depressed, it's something that I control. Then it's also linked with shame for me. Because of like when I was really young, there was a lot of shame around sex in my house. And a lot of shame around sexual things. It's another reason I feel like my mom was a failure. She was the one who tried to teach me a little bit about that when I was a kid, too young probably. And I just felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed and embarrassed. Having like a broken attachment figure like that, because she's got her own issues, like major issues, but having that when you're a kid, it fucks with you so bad. It makes you so uncomfortable, so anxious, so ashamed, so like all these negative things that you don't understand as a kid. And so your body tries to protect you somehow. And for me, that was like hiding. For me, that was like making myself small, even though I'm a really tall guy, 6'3". But I was always skinny as a kid. And I don't know, I just like, it spread to other parts of me and I just had no self-confidence. Like it spread to my appearance. And even today, I think I look ugly, even though people tell me I don't look ugly. And, I don't think I look amazing. I don't think I look like a model or anything. But I just was never able to really take compliments on my appearance. I hate how I'm so locked in the past. And I hate how I just had learned to intellectualize and be the parent. Parentification is the term. for when the child has to parent the parent, and it still happens. I still feel like it. Like it's just such a bad cycle. That's why I don't talk to my parents. That's why I don't talk to them. They're fucked up. They're failures. My parents are failures. Don't like that. I'm still really angry about it. Like they failed in so many ways. That's how I feel. They were not there for me. They did not support me. They were always just kind of like, I don't even know why the fuck they had kids. If they couldn't like provide for them properly. Like there wasn't even any food in the fucking house most of the time. My sister used to bully me. My brother turned into a drug addict. I'm the youngest. I had to like, I don't even know, act like older all the time. I couldn't fit in, even at my house. My sister used to like be a different person when I was there with just her versus when she had friends over or something. She used to get extra mean. Now she's diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And like when she was growing up, she used to take it out on me. She used to be nice sometimes, then she used to be so mean. Beat me up, pinch me, spit at me, call me names. They used to tell me such horrible things. Even my older sister, not the bipolar one, but just tell me like really negative things and kind of like have a weird smile about it, like, what the fuck? Like just this very negative, like with a strange surface of like positivity about how the earth was dying and stuff when I was just a little kid, saying how like talking about all these like issues of like grown up issues of factory farming and stuff to a little kid. And like when I was a kid, I felt like I was so like ahead of everybody else, but I couldn't talk to anybody else in my grade or my friends. And I just had so much trouble with these ideas and I kept them all in, like internalizing or whatever. And my sister used to say, my bipolar sister used to say such horrible things like how everyone was gonna move out and it was just gonna be me and mom, and how she's crazy and it was gonna be terrible for me. Like why the fuck would she say that? I don't know. My siblings just like so many struggles with drugs and alcohol and like everyone in the house trying to hide everything. And my mom just blowing up all the time on everyone. I don't think she ever blew up on me, but maybe. And then people just like, and my mom wouldn't let me fucking do normal things. Like go to the beach with friends. She said was gonna go and drink. And she would like accuse my sisters of like going out and having sex and stuff. And my brother would just like get so angry at her. He was the oldest and he would blow up back. He would freak out on her and she would freak out on him. And things were so fucked up in my house, man. There was just yelling constantly, dogs barking. Everyone was scared. I would just hide with the dogs. It was bad. Why was it so bad? I don't know. It was bad though. It was bad. It was bad. Growing up was bad for me. I had a lot of trouble with it. And I just didn't want to be there. And even now, like a lot of times, I just don't even want to be anywhere. That's where a lot of my social anxiety comes from. My family environment. Feeling like I wasn't good enough. We would go over to my successful cousin's house. He wasn't successful, but his family was. Things were so different. We had to always pretend. Everything was fake too when we were like around other people. It was so fake. And the fakeness really got to me. I really hated the fakeness. I tried to join along for a long time and be fake, but it's not easy to be fake. It's not easy to be fake all the time. It takes a lot of mental energy. And you feel I don't know, dead inside or something. You don't feel right inside. There's no energy coming from within. It's actually just like feels like there's a hole that's sucking all your energy inside. There's no energy coming out. And it feels like you're sucking from other people energy because you're looking for validation from other people that your fakeness is working and that you won't be discovered. And there's a lot of fear underneath that you don't want to be discovered. Oh, my ass. Fuck, I've been sitting for like too long in an awkward position. But yeah, that's true. I've been sitting for too long, but it was good to talk. It was good to say some of this stuff. I really hate the way I look. I really hate the way I look, like kind of girly, kind of like feminine, and that people describe me as cute. That's the worst thing for me, is just when someone describes me as looking cute. I hate it so much. But I don't know how to look more manly. I don't know how to look more like a tough guy. I don't even know. I used to hate my forehead when I was a kid. I used to hate my freckles too. I still don't like my forehead, but I don't hate it as much. And I still don't like my freckles, but I don't like them. I mean, I don't like them as... I used to not like them more, I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna like stop talking. I feel lonely, and I feel like this is like procrastination. Feels like I have someone to talk to. Feels like I'm not like... Feels like I'm kind of like isolated or like insulated just a little bit from all the outside pressure right now. And I like that feeling. I like feeling like I don't have to struggle at the moment. Oh, but there's all these things on my mind, like what am I gonna do right next? Am I gonna go back to studying? Am I gonna go make some food? Am I gonna do what? I don't know. But I should go back to it anyway. Fuck, I feel so like sad and pathetic.